It was supposed to be just another glamorous night in Atlanta, velvet ropes, flashing lights, bottles popping like fireworks, and the stars of love and hip-hop doing what they do best, turning drama into entertainment. But that night became something else entirely. Because inside that VIP section, beneath the glitter and bass, something dark was about to erupt. And what happened next would go down as one of the most chaotic, most shocking moments in the history of reality television. At first, it was just words, slick, sharp, too personal to laugh off. Witnesses say the air shifted. A silence before the storm. Then suddenly, it exploded. Voices rose. Drinks flew. Security scrambled. And in the middle of all that chaos stood Bambi, a name that had ruled Atlanta's reality scene, now being dragged away in handcuffs under blinding camera flashes and deafening sirens. The reason? An alleged attack on none other than Erica P, a woman once called her friend, and later, her rumored enemy. Phones were everywhere. Every scream, every shove, every tear captured in shaky footage that spread online before the police even left the scene. Within minutes, hashtags were trending. Hashtag Bambi vs Erica, hashtag Atlanta After Dark, hashtag Love and Hip Hop Scandal. Fans, haters, and gossip pages all had something to say. And suddenly, what began as a party turned into a full-blown scandal threatening to burn down reputations, relationships, and entire careers. But here's the question everyone kept asking: was this just another stunt for ratings? Or was it a real, brutal explosion of years of resentment finally breaking loose? Because when the cameras stopped rolling, something felt different. This was not scripted. This was not entertainment. This was real and dangerous. Atlanta nightlife has always thrived on chaos, the smoke, the lights, the untamed energy. But that night felt cursed from the start. It was humid, heavy, almost cinematic in its tension. Two women who once shared smiles and secrets now stood inches apart, carrying years of unresolved rage. Bambi, fierce, unapologetic, a woman known for never backing down, and Erica P, equally proud, equally wounded. Their feud was not new. It was a ticking time bomb disguised as reality TV rivalry. For years, their names had been entangled, through public spats, messy interviews, and whispers that Bambi's on and off partner, Scrappy, had been texting Erica behind her back. The betrayal, the screenshots, the online jabs, it had all been building. Comment sections turned into battlefields. Fans took sides. But until that night, it had all stayed behind screens. Then came Velvet Room, Atlanta's crown jewel of exclusivity. Rappers, influencers, reality stars, all there to be seen, all there to make headlines. Cameras hovered, capturing everything and nothing at once. The music pounded. The lights shimmered. And inside that glittering chaos, fate decided it was time for the truth to explode. The moment Bambi and Erica locked eyes, witnesses say you could feel the energy shift. The room held its breath. Years of bitterness condensed into a single moment of fury. Words were exchanged, low at first, then louder. Someone screamed. A drink spilled. Then another. And suddenly, it was pure chaos. Screaming, pushing, flashing lights, the sound of glass shattering. And in the center of it, two women whose pain had turned into performance. But this time, it was not for the cameras. It was personal. When the night finally ended, Bambi was in police custody, her face hidden behind a wall of flashing lights. Erica was rushed out by security, her friends shielding her from the crowd. The internet exploded. Team Bambi vs. Team Erica flooded every comment section. Old clips resurfaced. Memes, theories, conspiracy threads, everyone had an opinion, but no one had the truth. Because the truth was not simple. It was layered: jealousy, betrayal, love, fame, and the dark price of being watched 24/7. For years, reality TV had blurred the line between entertainment and real emotion. But that night in Atlanta, the line disappeared completely. And behind all the noise, one haunting question remained: when the cameras stop and the music fades, who are they really? The stars, the villains, the victims, or just broken people lost in the spotlight? And then, like gasoline poured straight onto an already lit fuse, she walked in. Erica P. The entire VIP section shifted. Conversations hushed, glances darted. It was as if the universe itself had decided that night would not end quietly. At first, both women tried to play it cool, pretending to be unbothered, exchanging deadly glares from opposite sides of the room. But everyone in Atlanta nightlife knows, tension always finds its moment. And that moment came fast. It started with one line. One sentence that sliced through the music like a knife. Erica lifted her glass high, smirking across the section, and shouted, loud enough for the entire club to hear, "Still playing house with a man who does not even want to be kept." The crowd froze. Gasps echoed. Security tensed up instantly. Even the DJ glanced over his shoulder. And that is when it happened. Bambi's entire expression changed. Calm melted into fury. Her stare locked on Erica's like a storm about to break. Witnesses say she stood up, slow and deliberate, never breaking eye contact, and hissed back through gritted teeth, "Say it again. I dare you." What happened next? Chaos, pure, unfiltered chaos. According to multiple witnesses, the first thing that flew was a drink. No one can say who threw it, but it was enough to set off the explosion. The DJ killed the music. The crowd screamed. In an instant, the glamorous VIP turned into a battlefield. Tables flipped, bottles shattered, and the two women lunged toward each other like something out of a movie. One bystander told reporters later they were done talking. They wanted blood. Before anyone could even process what was happening, Bambi allegedly charged across the section. Security guards tried to intervene, but it was too late. Glass was flying, hair was being pulled, screams echoed over the bass still humming faintly through the speakers. Bartenders ducked behind the counter. Guests scrambled toward the exits, clutching their phones and purses. At first, people thought it was a setup for the show, another love and hip-hop stunt. But then someone shouted, "There is blood." That was the moment everyone realized, this was not reality TV. This was real. Phones were out everywhere, capturing every shaky second. Within minutes, the first videos hit social media, grainy, chaotic clips showing Erica shouting, "Get her off me," while Bambi struggled violently against the grip of security. And then, sirens. Blue and red lights flashed through the club windows as Atlanta police stormed the building. The music cut out completely. The entire room went still, the kind of silence that only follows destruction. Officers pushed through the chaos, shouting commands over the noise. Cameras clicked like gunfire. Bambi, her hair disheveled, mascara streaking down her face, was restrained on the spot. Witnesses said she looked furious, almost in disbelief, as if the night had spun out of her control. Erica's friends screamed for justice, pointing at scratches on her arm and shouting, "She came for her. Lock her up." The crowd surged forward, half screaming, half cheering, their phones raised like torches in the dark. And then came the moment, the image that would go viral across the internet, Bambi, in handcuffs, being led through the flashing lights, eyes cold, face tight with anger, cameras capturing every angle. Someone in the crowd shouted, "This is love and hip-hop ATL for real." That line would become the headline of the night. Within hours, the footage was everywhere. TikTok edits flooded the platform. Twitter went feral. Instagram blogs dropped side-by-side comparisons of the fight next to Bambi's past reunion show Brawls, dubbing her, the queen of unbothered, until she is bothered. Hashtags spread like wildfire, hashtag free Bambi. Hashtag justice for Erica. Hashtag love and hip-hop arrest. Millions watched. Everyone had an opinion. But behind the viral chaos, something darker was unfolding, something the cameras had not yet revealed. Because according to people close to the situation, the fight was not just about a random insult. Bambi, insiders whispered, had recently uncovered old text messages between Scrappy and Erica. Those messages, the ones Bambi allegedly found, were not just innocent texts. They hinted at something deeper, something far more dangerous. Whispers began to spread that Erica had been bragging to mutual friends for weeks, claiming that she and Scrappy were closer than Bambi even knew. And that was the dagger that twisted everything. Because when Erica threw shade that night, it was not random. It was deliberate. It was personal. It was a spark that ignited years of gasoline that had been quietly piling up behind the scenes. One insider described it perfectly, that was not a fight. That was years of betrayal exploding in one moment. Back at the precinct, Bambi sat under harsh fluorescent lights, her mascara smeared, her jaw set, her phone confiscated. She was booked on misdemeanor assault charges, fingerprinted, and released a few hours later on bond. But the damage was already done. By sunrise, her mugshot was everywhere. Every entertainment outlet had it splashed across their front page. Bambi arrested after brutal brawl with Erica P screamed the headlines. Scrappy caught in the middle, trended on Twitter before most people had even finished breakfast. Comment sections turned into battlefields. Some fans called Erica the victim. Others claimed she had pushed Bambi too far for clout. And in the middle of it all, Scrappy, the man at the center of both their stories, stayed eerily silent. Publicly, he said nothing. But behind the scenes, according to sources close to him, Scrappy was shocked, embarrassed, even. One friend told reporters, he never thought it would go this far. He is stuck between two people he has history with, and now it is all blowing up his life. The fallout was instant and brutal. Production on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta reportedly went into panic mode. Reunion filming was halted. Producers called emergency meetings trying to decide whether to air the footage or distance the show from the scandal completely. Some insiders argued it was ratings gold, the kind of chaos reality TV feeds on. Others warned it could spiral into legal disaster if Erica pressed charges. But one thing was undeniable: the fight had changed everything. Bambi's image, the calm, unshakable queen who could handle any drama with poise, was shattered. Overnight, she went from fan favorite to headline villain. Erica, who had often been treated like a side character in the show's drama, suddenly found herself at the center of the most explosive storyline in love and hip-hop history. And Scrappy, his silence only fueled the fire. The internet decided it meant something. That maybe he was the reason for it all. As the sun rose over Atlanta the next morning, one truth was crystal clear: this was no longer about a club fight. This was a full-blown cultural moment, a scandal that would unravel in courtrooms, Instagram lives, and living rooms across the world. And this? This was only the beginning. When news of Bambi's arrest officially broke, Atlanta's entertainment scene did not just buzz, it detonated. What started as a heated altercation in a Velvet VIP had become a national media firestorm. The mugshot was everywhere, plastered across gossip blogs, dissected on talk shows, and memed to death on social media. Her tear-streaked face, her defiant glare, they became the night's most shared image. From reality star to real-life trouble, read one headline. Another blared, Bambi behind bars, love and hip-hop star charged after violent club brawl. But it was not just the headlines that caught fire, it was the conversation. Within minutes, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram turned into a war zone. Hashtags flooded timelines, hashtag free Bambi. Hashtag justice for Erica. Hashtag scrappy drama. Millions watched the shaky, pixelated clips of the fight, zooming in, analyzing, and debating, frame by frame, who started what. It was a city divided. A fandom divided. Team Bambi's supporters claimed she had simply snapped, that anyone in her position would have broken after years of public humiliation and constant provocation. How many times can you poke the bear before it roars? One fan wrote. She is human. Erica has been coming for her for years. Team Erica saw it differently. To them, Bambi was a bully who finally crossed the line. Words do not justify violence, one viral post declared. If you cannot handle the heat, stay out of the spotlight. And the debate did not stop with fans. Even celebrities and former cast members joined in. Spice posted a cryptic tweet that sent the internet into meltdown: sometimes silence speaks louder than a swing. Moments later, Kay and Michelle dropped a comment under a gossip blog post, subtle, sharp, and dripping with implication. The entire internet gasped. It was no longer just a fight between two women. It was a symbol of fame, betrayal, and the thin, dangerous line between entertainment and self-destruction. Accountability is a thing, y'all. That single line from Spice sent shockwaves across the internet, but what came next lit the entire scandal on fire. In perhaps the most savage move of all, Carly Red reposted a meme of the fight with nothing but laughing emojis. No words, no explanation, just laughter. A digital match thrown straight into a gasoline-soaked timeline. Fans could not believe it. The cast was eating popcorn while the empire burned. And then came Scrappy. The man at the center of it all. The reason this feud ever existed in the first place. For days, he was silent, unseen, unheard. No statements, no interviews, no explanations. At first, fans assumed he was hiding from the chaos, trying to avoid embarrassment. But then, he broke his silence. A single Instagram story. A black background. White letters. Simple, chilling words: sometimes silence keeps the peace. But disrespect gon' get handled. That was it. No names. No context. Just tension. The internet lost its mind. Was he defending Bambi? Shading Erica? Or admitting that he was the reason everything had fallen apart? Theories flooded Twitter in seconds. Every gossip page went on high alert. And then, the bombshell: paparazzi caught Scrappy outside both the police precinct and Erica's apartment, within 24 hours of the fight. The internet went feral. Was he checking on Bambi? Comforting Erica? Or just trying to control a scandal spiraling out of his hands? Memes were ruthless. Scrappy writing a love letter to Erica while posting bail for Bambi. Bro trying to keep two queens in check and failing miserably. He was no longer the bystander, he was the gasoline on the fire. But while social media laughed, the legal world was tightening its grip. During a late-night Instagram live, Erica appeared with visible bruises on her cheek and delivered her message directly to the camera: I did not touch nobody. She came for me. And now she is going to pay the price. Those words sent a chill through the fandom. If Erica decided to press charges, this would no longer be a PR nightmare, it would be a courtroom battle. VH1 panicked. According to insiders, producers went into full-blown crisis mode. Emergency meetings were held overnight. One executive was quoted saying, "We wanted drama for the show, not a courtroom saga." Behind the scenes, chaos reigned. Bambi's legal team scrambled to rewrite the narrative. A close friend went live, claiming, Bambi does not just pop off for no reason. She was provoked. Period. But Erica's lawyer shot back on local TV, words are not an excuse to assault someone. This is not reality TV anymore. This is real life. And just when it seemed the storm could not get any worse, a new twist hit like a lightning strike. A leaked, unedited version of the fight footage surfaced online, allegedly ripped straight from VH1 servers. And what it showed changed everything. The viral edit that had spread across social media made Bambi look like the aggressor. But in the raw, uncut footage, Erica could be seen throwing a drink first. A clear, deliberate gesture toward Bambi before the chaos erupted. The internet exploded again. Hold up, she did provoke her, one fan tweeted, the post hitting 500,000 likes overnight. Within hours, hashtags like #JusticeForBambi and #EricaThroughFirst were trending worldwide. Fans demanded the full clip. VH1 released a statement the next morning, carefully worded and sterile. Love and Hip Hop is a reality series built around complex storylines. Not all material makes it to air. We remain committed to portraying cast experiences accurately and respectfully. Translation? They were not denying the edit, but they were not confirming it either. Behind the scenes, executives were scrambling. If the raw footage proved that Erica had thrown the first drink, Bambi could claim self-defense, turning the entire legal narrative upside down. But if VH1 buried the clip, they risked being accused of manipulating reality for ratings. Meanwhile, the cast began to fracture publicly. Rashida came out swinging, posting, "When you see the full thing, it is obvious she was defending herself." Yandy fired back almost immediately, "Losing control is a choice, not an edit." And Carly Red? She simply posted 3 popcorn emojis. The internet went wild. By the end of the week, Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta was trending more than any new music release or film premiere. Entertainment blogs declared it the biggest scandal in franchise history. Ratings projections skyrocketed. Petitions with thousands of signatures circulated online, demanding VH1 release the uncut footage. Fans wanted truth, or blood. What started as a drunken argument in a nightclub had become a franchise-defining war over reality, manipulation, and accountability. This was no longer about fame. It was about survival. By this point, the chaos was no longer confined to social media. Lawsuits were being drafted. Lawyers were circling. Restraining orders had been filed. And whispers of an upcoming courtroom showdown were spreading like wildfire. Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta was no longer just a show, it was